back, fam, to Bopping with Oak. I'm here with my dear sister, Laylee Miller-Muro. She is the executive director of the Tahirih Justice Center, doing some amazing work out here and having some pretty interesting effects. And so I thank you very much for joining me. And we're having this conversation about the advancement of women and kind of why it's important. And just I guess to start off, would you tell us a little bit about what you do and what you work with?
Right. Well, the Tahirih Justice Center is a nonprofit organization. We provide free legal and advocacy services to really amazingly courageous women and girls who have decided for themselves, they've come from many cultures, many different countries, that they want to refuse the violence that they are being subjected to or maybe threatened about being subjected to. And so these are girls and women who are rejecting domestic violence, female genital mutilation, forced marriage, honor crimes, human trafficking, and a wide range of forms of violence. But it's an amazing thing to be able to support the courage of these women and girls who've decided to refuse what's been happening to them. And when they do that, they change not only their own lives, but sometimes the lives of their whole family, their children and generations to come, sometimes their cultures and their communities.
That's deep. So you dropped a couple of descriptors like honor crime and female genital mutilation. Can you maybe glaze over just a little bit of brief definitions of some of those things that?
Sure. Well, I can explain them, and many will sound foreign, and people may not be familiar. What I would say, though, is to keep in mind that all of these forms of violence are all simply manifestations or expressions of what's really going on, which is the lack of equality of women and men. And there is no culture, no class of people, no education level, no color, no religion that's immune from creative expressions of violence against women. And so our clients really represent that gamut of violence. And for some cultures or some communities, female genital mutilation involving the cutting of a woman's genital area, usually around the time of puberty, any time from 9 years old to 13 years old, although it's done differently in different communities. And it's designed to remove sexual pleasure, and in some cases to create real pain during intercourse as a mechanism for preventing sex before marriage and sex outside of marriage. So it's meant to promote chastity or virginity. Honor crimes is where a family kills a woman because she's done something to dishonor her family. And this can range from being seen at McDonald's, where she's not allowed to be outside of the home, being seen with a man who is not her relative, and there being suspicion in the community of sordid activity, that kind of thing. So if she's done something of that nature and the family believes that to have dishonored the family, the only remedy is her death. And so, we think that's quite foreign, but there are communities who bring those practices and values to the United States. Some of them have come to the United States fleeing those practices. So those are what our clients face. But you know what? I can tell you're freaked out. And I want to say something about that because, these things sound foreign and extreme, but all of humanity is on a continuum. And every society is simply at a different stage with regard to issues like equality of women and men and violence.